All right, welcome to the Sweet Talk. Today is Monday, September 14th, 2020, and I am your host, Kim Mattina. I am a Google certified trainer and educator, as well as a gold product expert for the Google for Education team. And today I have on the show Miss Lesleigh Altmann. Welcome.
Hi everyone. G'day. I'm from down under, so it's tomorrow for all of you. One of our team members, Lewis, calls me the future lady. So tomorrow's looking pretty good. So
See, that's the good part about being international, right? You got to worry about you got to figure out the time zones, but then you get to see a little bit of a glimpse in the future. So it's all good. So like Lesleigh said, she comes to us from Australia, and I am so happy to have her on the show. We've been trying to meet up for the past couple months, and it's a pleasure meeting you and finally seeing you face to face, actually virtually, I guess. And tell us a little bit about you and what we're going to talk about tonight.
Well, I'm married, 44 years. I think we share an anniversary month, you and I, August. It's when all the teachers get married. So I'm married, been married for 44 years, and we have three amazing young men as sons, and they live and they work around the world. And we live in a little coastal village called Southwest Rocks on the east coast of New South Wales, and we call that area Mid-North Coast. I entered the teaching profession 49 years ago this year, so I've seen a lot of change. I've like from inkwells to internet, from jelly pads to iPad, and from chalkboards to Jamboards. I've seen it all, and it's really interesting that age is not a barrier; it's the attitude that's a barrier. So if you can buckle up and learn to relearn, to learn again, I think you're pretty safe. So at the moment, I'm currently working 3 days a week as an e-learning mentor for supporting teachers in New South Wales. So I create credential courses, online courses, and have been doing that for about 12 years now. And I support them online and work through with them. And so I've actually been in a home office for about 10, 12 years. So now everyone knows my secrets.
So the remote learning aspect doesn't, phase you at all.
No. But I'm dealing with adults, but not children. So that would be a real big challenge.
So real quick, what's one best tip that you can provide to teachers? Just
online.
One for teaching remote.
Just calm down, have everything ready, and just keep that focus with the people that you're working with. Some people think, I can't go on camera and I can't talk on screen. Well, that's what you actually look like and sound like. So just calm down. It's fine. Just connect.
Well, I think that's great advice. Today was our first day at school, virtual day. So that's what I told people, like, you need to calm down, just relax.
Good girl.
You're not the only one that's having these issues. So, it is what it is, and we just make do with it. So today I am so happy to hear about Global GEG. So I know, I've been a Google certified trainer since 2014. And when I first joined the program, I know the Global GEG or the GEGs weren't active at all. And, they were a little bit, but it wasn't like how it is now. So Global GEG and all the GEG groups really turned around and really are helping people and are very active, and things are, really, people are connecting with one another, and it's become really a resource now. And I'm glad to see that, because at first it was kind of discouraging to a certain degree, because you're not able to reach out to your local GEG and connect or learn or anything. So you kind of felt like you were at a dead end. But now, with what you guys are doing with it, I think it's amazing. So why don't you talk about it and then tell us
Sure.
about it and how people can connect.
I'd be excited to really, and I think something, there's a lot of talk about all these terrible things that have happened with COVID right across the world, but one of the good things that have come out of it are people, educators in particular, have had to scramble and find a new way to present in a learning and a teaching environment, and I think that's one of the key elements that have brought GEGs together. So actually, I've got some pictures. Can I show you some pictures?
Yeah,
So what do
definitely.
I do here? I share my screen.
Share your screen, and then I'll
Yeah.
add it into this stream.
Okay, so I'm going to do that and that and that, and I should be able to find this one here, and I'll present this. So you should see where it kind of all began for all of us at the Innovator Academies. The Sydney Innovator Academy was the first one last year in 2019, and that's where I met Stephanie Howe. This is a picture of all of the innovators and the team coaches and the organisers. So that was a really big couple of months for me because I became an innovator, I became a trainer, I had to upskill again with my level 1 and level 2. So the first 5 months of 2019 were pretty big. So we came together through PLNs, and PLNs, the Professional Learning Network is such a powerful opportunity for people to connect. And so, like really they're vibrant. It's where teachers come to learn and they share their expertise, and it really reflects, the values and passions that each of us have. So I read this really interesting reflection a while back about a PLN is like when you drop a stone into very still water and it causes that ripple effect. So it's more like, that inner circle, that little tight circle in the middle is where the buddies and the mentors are, where they're mentoring everyone else. And that smaller ring, the closer that ring is, the closer the group is and it's connected. The next layer of rings is where the passion groups are, where the people are creating teams and they're becoming connected with each other. And then the outer layer is where the professionals and the rock stars are. So
it's so funny that you layer it that way.
I saw that, I didn't make it up, and I'm trying to find the person who did to credit that to them. But when I read it, I thought, that makes sense.
It does make sense. Honestly, it's really accurate, honestly. I never thought of it that way.
No, and I thought that really made sense to me because the inner circle for our team are the 6 of us. And there are the 6 passionate educators. We came from 4 different 2019 cohorts. Stephanie Howe there at the left and myself, we met at Sydney 19. Stephanie's from Ohio. And Stephanie Rothstein in the middle top there, and Bonnie in the middle bottom row. They met at Singapore. Abbott is London 19, and Luis is New York. So this is the tight group of mentors. And then the next layer, and I couldn't find enough pictures last night when I put all this together. These are the passion groups, the people who organise StreamYard, and they organise the videos and the graphics and the social media and the roundtable. And these are the people. They are the coders and the creators and the quiet people and the personalities. So this is just an example of that middle ring where everything is happening there. And then the outer ring is where all the professionals and the rock stars are. Here we all are just at the moment. I think we've got 80 members at the moment, 80 leaders. We've got over 700 members. So it's not that we've outgrown those different PLNs. It's just that everyone forms their little PLN and then they start growing again. But what had happened was that, we needed a place to learn, and we needed a place to share all our information about GEG. We wanted to become GEG leaders, like middle of last year, end of last year. How do we do it? Who do we go to? What do you do in a GEG? So we were helping each other. And then this is the timeline. We used this at our Spark yesterday. We co-presented at a Spark, at the Innovator Spark weekend, and I'll give you the link for that later on. There were so many incredible presenters from innovators all around the world. So by about February or April, we started connecting. Actually, we called ourselves the Awesome 20, not because there were 20 of us, but because we were sure to be doing something awesome in 2020. But when COVID hit, we had to pool all our talents and our expertise together. So, you know, we connected. We started, I think Kat Lamon had started a global health, mental health staff room. So we were helping her, and then I started the open chat with innovators, and they were helping me. And then Abbott had his Smackdown event. We helped him. We thought, well, what are we running around doing this for? We need to be able to pool our ideas. And on May the 1st, we officially became Global GEG. And Mei Zhu from Global had helped us get that name.
Which, by the way, she tuned in and she's commenting, just so you know, she's watching. Yeah.
Hello, May. Look, it's just, look, we were just.
Hi, May.
It all helped, and you know, it just all came together. It was like a big crossroad, and it was that COVID was that pebble that hit that still water and changed everything. And that ripple effect, where, you know, you either sink or you work together. And this is, I pinched this from the Spark slide deck, and you can see that event in the Innovator Spark Academy work from yesterday. So by about June, we had over 30,000 views on our boot camp, level 1 and level 2. I mean, 30,000 people.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
And they were learning how to become level 1 and level 2, and they were having fun, and they went for their exams. I don't know how many % of those 30,000 views became level 1 and level 2 educators, but they had the confidence. They were mentored, they had fun, they got through that. Then May helped us get our ideas together, and we were asked to create the Google Junior Training Series. And
okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was so exciting. August has been a little bit quieter, but you know, like it's all kind of been happening now. Stephanie Rothstein put this together, and it's already out of date. It's a week old.
I tell you what, though, you know, like you guys as a group really like took it to the next level. And me and my the GEG leaders of New Jersey, Kara and Ted, we were like, okay, we got to start slow, like, because we just reactivated GEG New Jersey, because it's been a long time since there was any activity in there. And, you know, how do you not get overwhelmed? Like, that's our big fear. Like, we're starting off slow. Like, we're doing one event a month.
Yep.
So that we don't get overwhelmed. So how can you, what are some tips or advice that you can give other GEG leaders so that they don't get overwhelmed? Because honestly, like, I can't, like, in my opinion, I can't speak for the other GEG leaders in New Jersey. I could speak for myself. I can't do this. Like, I can't keep up to what Global GEG can do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we didn't plan to do this. This wasn't our business plan. We just thought, let's just help each other. Let's hold hands and jump. And then, you know, because we had come together, and May had given us that opportunity to be Global GEG. Each of us are Global GEG leaders. And we were all starting small, and then someone else said, can you come and help me? And then we said, well, we help you, can you help us? And then we realised we needed to have a structure, we needed extra leaders. So then now we've got over 80 leaders. So I don't have to be a videographer. Someone else does that.
So do you think it's best, I mean, like, because like you said, you have 80 leaders. So what is that one piece of advice that you can give to other GEG leader groups? Like, try to get as many leaders so that you can like spread out the responsibility and delegate.
Yeah, that helps. Yeah, that helps. Yeah. But we didn't plan that. We just thought, you know, like we couldn't do all the video work. We couldn't do all the social media work. And someone said, oh, I could do that. Could you? Could you take that on? We'll help you. And that's where all the different teams that have happened. We've got a StreamYard team that organises and trains people to work through their StreamYard. And
Okay.
you know, like, and what makes us, we didn't realize how well we fitted. You know, we realized we were working well together. But Stephanie Rothstein always uses a colour personality test with her students in her secondary schools. And she uses this so students understand their learning style and how they can improve and how they understand other learning styles. So we all said, oh, yeah, we'll take the test, we'll have a go. And it was really interesting because we found that we fell in different areas that really supported each other. So the 4 colours are, you know, there's blue, that's the heart, the glue that holds a team together. And Abid is the heart of our team. He's got the blue ring there. And so his blue colour personality was a much higher score than the others. But, you know, he has all the other elements as well. The green, Stephanie Rothstein and Bonnie, they are the why people, the design thinkers. They strategize. And the orange are the action people. And you can see Lewis has orange and green in his personality, learning style, working style. And then the bookends, the gold, that's Stephanie and I. We, you know, Stephanie Rothstein always says gold are calmed by list and rules. And we definitely need that. So I've got to tell you a funny story. We had the Spark camp on the weekend, and I have everything ready. You know, like I've got 3 different profiles happening here. I've got a second monitor. I had everything set up the night before. I had this, and we practiced. We had our slide deck, and I went to bed, and I thought I might just turn the computer off, you know, just to give it a little bit of a, it's a Mac, I'll just give it a little break. And I came out in the morning, and like it's 4:30 for me in the morning, and I turned it on, and without a word of a lie, there were like 50 tabs rolling across the screen.
Wow.
Trying to load. And Lewis is texting me saying, you know, are we ready? Are we? And Abbott's saying, can you not get in, Leslie? I'm panicking. And then it was so slow. It was like me presenting from the moon. And it was hysterical. And I don't wing it. Let's just say this right now. I do not wing it. I have a script. I have the second copy of everything. Everything's backed up.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It was, and this is what it looked like. About 3 minutes before we were starting, and Bonnie took this photo. Bonnie's hysterical. Right. And Andy Caffrey, the program manager, he's just got his hands over his face off screen. I could see him. And he's just saying, 3 minutes, folks, 3 minutes before you go on. Lewis looks like he's ready to escape. He's the orange character there. Abbott, I think he's about ready to go into tears. I'm hysterical. I'm having a breakdown because I cannot get it all together. And there's Stephanie down the bottom left there, Stephanie Rothstein. She's just a classic look. Like, why is this happening? Why is it happening now? And Stephanie Howe, the other gold person, is just saying, you know, like, come on, people, get it together, get it together. But this is the interesting thing. If you took all of those elements and put it into a staff or a team or a group of people who wouldn't tolerate that, who wouldn't honour that struggle, who wouldn't respect that, we would have split up yesterday. I'm just saying we would have just split up yesterday. And I'll just stop sharing that now for a moment. And, you know, like there's a whole lot of honesty and trust and, you know, that respect. And that's where those ripples work out so well, that inner mentor group, the buddies, the tight group who support the next group, who support the rock stars.
And what do you think is like, so for like, you know, GEG groups that are just starting out, so you're, you know, the one thing I'm taking away is, you know, have as much support as you can to create your group. What about like consistency? Obviously you need to be consistent with having like an event every week or every other week or every month. Do you find that different types of events work, or do you kind of just, I know you guys do the SmackDowns, which are great, but like, you know, what do you find in really works with the types of events that you're providing?
I think the fact that if you've got a few gold people, they'll organise things. and the green personalities will start designing ideas. Like Stephanie Rothstein started saying, I might present on the true colours, the colour personalities. And she did, and it took off. And now her innovator project has pivoted because we didn't plan for that to happen, but in discussion and saying, well, let's try this. Okay, that sounds like a good idea. Let's try that. I mean, my GEG group is still just forming, and I was thinking, I honestly, I don't know how to do this. And then Georgina Dean ran about 4 or 5 great sessions on, what you really need to get this GEG together. And then a really lovely young woman, Fiona Morrison from Sydney, had said, can I join your GEG group? I'd really like to learn more. Come on in. And she's become my co-leader. And so together we're actually meeting next week. And, how are we going to set up our website? And we've only got that in draft. We need a Twitter account. She's going to do the Facebook account. So we're starting to split the role. And that's what's going to be able to support our movement forward. And then when we talk to the group that started to form with us, like, what do you need? How can we help? And then we have to sit back and plan that.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good information, because I just, I just feel sometimes things are just coming and you have to try to stay afloat, right?
Mm.
And, you want to provide the best information to your group, but you want to have that balance too. Like I've talked to Abid many times, and I gave you guys so much credit because I think you guys are doing exceptional job with the Global GEG, and it just blows my mind that with the smackdowns and the mental health chats and everything that you've been doing, I can't even keep up to it. And I just think, like, I give kudos to all of you, because I think you guys are doing a great job, and I think you guys are all inspiring other GEG groups too. Like, all of a sudden, like, there's other new GEG groups out there that I'm tagging on Twitter along with GEG New Jersey, because I want them to see the Sweet Talk or see different things. So GEG groups that weren't even around back when I first started out as a Google certified trainer are forming, and people are getting involved. So I really think it's all about helping people and paying it forward. And plus, like, when I go into Global GEG EdTech Smackdown as a viewer, I learned something, so you always want to try to, learn something new. And, sometimes if you can walk away with a few tips, it was worth watching, or it was worth attending. So, I think, you guys are really providing a great platform for the trainers, for the educators, for the people that inspiring to be in, level 1 or level 2. I think it's great, and you guys are just doing thank you.
And it's a team. I mean, we didn't sit back in an armchair last November and say, let's just blow this thing out of the water. We were actually, in about January, we were actually planning to do a podcast. We thought, we know how to do a podcast. Let's just try this. Let's have a go. Let's just kind of, allow, what we've built together in 6 or 7 people, let's just allow that to drift out. And then when COVID hit, we pivoted then and said, well, maybe we need to do something. Let's have a smackdown. Let's do this, the staff room. And other people were saying, I want to start a GEG. Could you come and help me like you helped Abbott? I want to do one too. And that's how it happened. We did not have a plan. In fact, what we do, we have a lot of protocols now about how to behave in chats and StreamYard and so forth. We didn't have all of that. We go careering forward, and we'll think, oh, they didn't know what to do. We know what to do. We better lay out a bit of a mud map, so we're not going to leave those people gasping and not knowing what to do. Let's help them recover. Let's build this plan forward. So we didn't plan this. We're trying to keep up with it as well.
Yeah, well, you're not giving that kind of impression, so it's a good thing.
Didn't see what happened before the Spark session. And somebody put a new slide in while I was asleep in Australia. Somebody put a new slide in, and I've got the copy over here, and I'm organised and I'm watching, and then I see this new slide come in, and I think that's new, and I'm going forward back in my copy, and I'm thinking it's not there.
That's not there. Somebody put it in.
Not my problem, because not my problem. And I heard someone gently say, Leslie, that's you. Like, I'm gold. I need a structure. I don't wing it.
So the color schemes, so is there a website for that? Like,
yes, definitely. Can I share my screen?
yeah,
again?
I was going to say, share your screen and show us like the GEG website and then like that color scheme, because that's actually something that I can pass along to GEG New Jersey too.
So here is the Global GEG website. Stephanie Rothstein started this, and it just got too much for her, and then we were all trying to help, and then other team members had stepped up. Here is the Spark that we did yesterday, and our social media area here. There are global events here. The professional learning is here, and so these are all the screen recordings. They haven't even loaded yet. Even the website can't keep up with it. So, and here's the Google Junior Training Series here, and here's Meet the Team here as well. So you can go through and have a look. Here are the inner part of that ripple effect. The founders and all the leaders are here at the moment. All our huge personalities, our quiet personalities, our coders and our videographers and so forth. But Stephanie Rothstein has a website of her own now, and her that particular website is called Can We Talk? So if you go to that, look up Stephanie Rothstein on Twitter, and her website is loaded here. So here is the outline explanation. You can do the True Colours testing there, and she's even set one up now for students. And I think Lewis is working on on the, what do you call it, on Spanish, and I think there's an Italian version coming out. We didn't plan that. It just happened.
Well, I'm telling you, look, I mean, you guys are doing a really great job, and honestly, I think you're being really modest. You guys, the whole team, like you guys really just took it to the next level, and now, I feel, proud, like, to be part of the GEG program and everything. So, and it's a family, it's a PLN. People can post questions and get an answer right away. And it's really, it's a group of people that have the same goals, right?
Yes.
So, it really, you guys are doing a great job to everyone. So I'll be tweeting that out on Twitter.
Oh, thank you. And thank you to Meiju for, she does, I don't know how she does it. She answers very quickly, and we're in a panic, and then, she calms us down, and we've got, I don't know where we're going from here. It's just happened. This has only just happened in a few months. We're still babies.
Well, like you said, where do you go next, right? So I'm sure between the 6 of you and other people on your team, you'll come up with something that other GEG groups can reach for. So you just go with it. Just keep doing what you're doing, because it's working. That's for sure.
Seems to be working. And I mean, I
definitely
don't know anything about business plans. I mean, only what I've read in the Reader's Digest. So this is not like planned. We're just trying to catch up with the momentum.
But you know what? Sometimes that's it just happens, right? So when things just happen like that, they fall into place. You just got to run with it, and you just go with it, and you just do what you do best, and that's it, Yeah. So kudos to you guys.
Great job. You're doing such a great job. I've been watching your sessions. So thanks for everything that you're doing as well.
Oh, well, thank you. It's the same thing. Like, I didn't expect the Sweet Talk to take off the way it did, and now I'm going on my 3rd year. I'm international. It's just like blows my mind. Like, like you said, like, what do you do next? I'm just going with it, because right now it's still fun, and that's what it's supposed to be about, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So even though I did apply to be Google Innovator in New York City, didn't get it, but that's okay because I feel like the Sweet Talk is my innovator project. It's my
Oh,
passion project. So
absolutely. So when you apply again, you'll need to provide evidence of the impact that you have made, and you are impacting.
oh, thanks. I appreciate it. Lewis is always messaging me. Did you apply? Did you apply? I'm like, no, no, no.
When you're ready, everything is in alignment.
Yeah, it's not the right time right now. So it's, that's what I told him too, but it's all good. I want to thank you for taking the time to be on. I really appreciate it. I think it's important for, you as a global GEG leader, to inspire other GEG leaders around the world with your story and the story about global GEG so that, we can continue to do our job as well. So I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. It's just a wonderful community to belong to, isn't it?
It is. It really is. It's great. And you can follow GEG, Global GEG on Twitter.
Yes.
If you go to globalgeg.org, you'll be able to see the team and follow on Twitter and see everybody that's involved and all the upcoming events as well. So don't forget to visit globalgeg.org. So that concludes our show for tonight. What I'm going to do really quick is I am going to share my screen. So let me share. All right. All right. Can you see my screen?
Yep, definitely.
All right. You can visit thesweettalk.com. That's the SUITE talk.com and check out the latest episode on the homepage. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm on Spotify, Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts as well. You can also join the Facebook Sweet Talk group as well. Also, Alice Keeler and I wrote a new book. It's called Stepping Up to Google Classroom. It's 50 Steps for Beginners, so you can check that out. That's available on Amazon. If you would like to support my mission to pay it forward, you become a sponsor. That would be awesome. I am so thankful, Leslie, that I've gotten 3 sponsors. I've gotten GAT Labs, Slides Mania, and Cami as sponsors for the Sweet Talk. So I'm so thankful for that.
Isn't Slides Mania great? I tell people always, go and have a look at Slides Mania.
Oh, goodness. She is the best, Paula. And if you'd like to be a guest on my show and pay it forward, please fill out the guest inquiry form and I will get back to you. Right now, I'm scheduling for December into January. Now, if you are using Jamboard, I have a Jamboard page here that you can learn about Jamboard and read about how you can use it in your classroom. Share your idea with me. You can fill out this form. I have an idea board for a Jamboard resource here that will give you ideas on how you can use it with your students. Now that we're trying to use digital whiteboards, this will definitely help you. So please check that out. You may find it helpful. And that really concludes my show. So with that being said, I really thank you for being on.
Well, thank you so much for having me on. I've just been looking forward to it.
Well, wait a second. Before you disconnect, you have your friend here, Stephanie Rothstein. She said, yeah, she's watching. Hi, Stephanie.
You're supposed to be in a meeting, Stephanie.
She said, wonderful job. So thank you for that comment, Stephanie. I appreciate it. And she can't wait to catch up and watch it again. She said, great job, Leslie and Kim. So thank you for that. All right. Well, that concludes our show for tonight or tonight for me, today for you. Until next time, everyone. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you
Bye.
very much. Bye.